question. Since it's being carried live, your hand will get around to you.
Well, first of all, I want to thank our students. I thought the teal shirts was awesome, and I thought the way the crowd responded to our team was special. But honoring our survivors was really neat that our students did it. And still, our top priority in this healing process is for our courageous survivors. And as a campus community, we do need to come together as Spartans to be a part of that healing process, and that's going to fall on all of us. As far as the reports today, we will cooperate with any investigation going forward as we have always done. And that's about all I have to say about it. I understand that you may have a million questions. I'm probably not going to answer them. I'm going to just stick to what I said, and I'm going to talk about the game. In the game, it was an interesting day to kind of look at our players, and you know, there were a lot of things swirling around today, and I was a little worried about whether they could stay focused in on the task at hand, and they did a pretty good job of it. I thought we got great play out of Bridges again early. I thought Wisconsin, give them credit, guard did a heck of a job at halftime. I thought we were a little complacent at the start of the second half after, you know, playing pretty well in the first half. And, you know, we didn't play as well in the second half. I thought Jaren Jackson, you know, did have a bunch of blocks. So did Nick Ward. Jaren set a record. You know, the last guy that had that record was Ken Johnson. That was my first year here. He was a fifth-year senior. So I was very impressed with Jaren doing that. But he struggled a little bit shooting the ball. I thought Cassius Winston went through a little bit early, then came down and hit some big threes late, and that was a big difference in the game. So our rebounding was good. Our shooting percentage was pretty good. Our free throw shooting was pretty good. And the only negatives I saw is we had 3 turnovers at halftime. In the second half, we had 10. And I thought Nick Ward, it was 10 rebounds, 10 points in the first half. Maybe we didn't get him the ball enough in the second half. So questions?
Coach, has the last week changed your mind at all about Luana Simon?
I'm not going to answer any questions concerning that. I'm going to stick to, you know, worrying about the survivors. I really am. And I'm just, it's just, you know, I tried to say what I could say last week, and I'm saying what I can say this week, and that's about all I'm going to say right now is I'm going to stick with the survivors. I'm going to try to do my part in helping them heal, and that's what I'm going to do.
Tom, 2 things, even if you won't answer. Reaction to Mark Hollis retiring and reports that you are going to retire or step aside.
Well, I'm not going anywhere in my mind. I'm definitely not retiring. And, you know, it's, there's a lot of things that happened today that, you know, are part of life. And I'm going to worry about my team. I'm going to worry about the survivors. And I'm going to worry about what I do, and I have no plans on doing that.
Tom, earlier Mark D'Antonio refuted some of the claims that were in that Outside the Lines report, calling them false. Do you dispute anything that you read in that report?
You know, I've seen the report. You know, it came out a little late for me. It's been an interesting 2 days with the things that have gone on and still trying to prepare for a game. So I'll hold judgment on that until I really get a chance to sit down and look at everything, to be honest.
Can you say how and when you learned about some of the sexual assaults that have occurred with your team?
No, I gave you my statement, and I'm going to kind of stick with it.
Over here, on a young team where you've been looking for maturity, the fact that they were able to, with all the distractions, keep it together, was that a step forward tonight for them?
Well, I told them that this is one of the things in life that you have to deal with, and everybody talks about academics. There's no book for, you know, these things, and players have to learn how to make adjustments and you know, with whatever noise is out there, you know, from from the whole year. I mean, I've been saying that about Twitter since about 7 years ago, you know, and that hasn't changed any for me.
Tom, I did want to ask along those lines. You mentioned about you were concerned how they would react with everything going around. Did you make a point, whether last night or today, of speaking with them to say, hey, this is all going on. If you have any issues, talk to us, or I guess how did you approach it with those guys so that they?
I did say exactly that. I said, if you're concerned about anything, you know, don't be afraid to talk to me. But I said, just let me worry about what I worry about, and you guys just worry about the game and the survivors. And we've kind of really tried to stick with that, and that's what we're going to stick with.
Coach, trustees, students, others, in addressing the survivors and the campus, have said there needs to be a change in the culture here after the revelations of that sexual assault. What are your thoughts about that?
You know, guys, you're going to be disappointed, but I gave you my 2 statements, and there is nothing I'm going to say right now after a game in a press conference except that I support the survivors to the nth degree, and I hope that I'm a big part of the healing process for them and our campus community. That's what I hope I can do here, since I've been here longer than anybody. Yes.
Tom, just to clarify, given the significant change in leadership from the president's office, who are you kind of answering right now, or whatever it might be?
Who am I answering to? Probably my wife. I wasn't even meant to be funny, because it's not a funny moment, but right now that's who I answer to, and you know, they'll tell me. I mean, I think they've got an interim president right now, but like I said, guys, believe it or not, I'm trying my hardest to do 2 jobs right now, to handle all the things out there and yet get my team prepared, and so I haven't been privy to everything that's going on with the university as far as who's going to be president, who's going to be AD. That would be a shame for us to be worrying about that when we got to worry about, you know, what these students and people have been through. And our survivors are where I'm going to just leave it at.
Are you concerned about the future of this university and the future of your team?
No. I mean, I'm concerned with the healing process, and I want to be a big part of helping it heal. You know, I can only I don't know what I'm going to do down the road, but I will be involved in some ways in helping this healing process for both our community and those survivors.
With everything going on right here, with everything going on, what did you say in, I guess, that pregame speech or in that pre-huddle speech before the game to get the team focused on just playing Wisconsin tonight?
Well, you know, the good thing for me is I'm pretty honest with my team when things are good, when things are bad, when things are going on. Last year, I think I remember telling you guys about the Nebraska game when backs were a little against the wall and everybody had us written out of the tournament, and I could feel the weight in that room. I didn't feel the same weight, because I've tried to address this the last 2 days a little bit with my team, because, you know, I know how things spread and everything, and so I told them before the game that the best thing they can do to help everybody heal is to play the Spartan way. And that's, yes. Mark?
Thanks, Tom. Tom, did you feel like the crowd was maybe appropriately a touch subdued? I mean, it wasn't the usual raucous crowd. I mean, did you sense that at all, or were you too focused on the game and X's and O's?
You know, I was amazed personally when I came out and they were in their teal and I heard it was, you know, what it was for and everything. I was really proud of those students. I thought they were pretty good. You know, I don't know. It has to be raucous. We have to get runs going, and I don't know if we got as many runs going, but I mean, our guys even agreed after the game that I thought the crowd was very good.
Tom, as you pointed out, you have been here longer than just about everybody. And for someone like yourself who is green and white like no one else, what does this represent to you this whole week, this whole month, all of this? I mean, how does this affect your emotions and deepen your soul?
Wow, that's a deep question and a good question. You know, you reflect on a lot of things when you go through these kind of things, and what I try to do, you know, is like everybody else, you're looking at who to blame, and you blame yourself, and you do this and you do that, and you blame other people, and then I just kept saying to myself, how selfish am I? I'm just going to worry about those people, and I've reached out a little bit. I talked to a father. I did some things to just kind of, you know, try to understand, you know, you all think you know what everybody goes through. I don't think anybody had a clue what anybody went through, because this horrific thing has not happened here before to many of us. So I just kept reminding myself that instead of being selfish in a basketball game, I got a team to coach. Instead of being selfish in my own thoughts, or, you know, even thinking about all the things, the time I've been here, I just kind of said, you know what, I'm going to worry about them and a little bit, you know, on how I can make this a better place.
Anything else, guys?
Well, I appreciate it, guys. I know it's not exactly what you want, but I also know that I appreciate you being here, so thank you.